Hi everyone and welcome along to this week's Quick Fix. I find that I am constantly evolving in my style of painting, my approach to painting. It's all about constantly trying out new things, even when you've painted something for years. And it struck me that lavender is very much out in season at the moment, smelling amazing. The bees are loving it. And it took me back to a few years ago when I painted some bumblebees and lavender. And I think it's my second most popular video I've ever created. And I thought, well, I actually have recently been painting lavender again and have come up with a lovely way of painting it that I hadn't sort of discovered at that point. So I thought, why not have a brand new tutorial of lavender, because it's always good to sort of try new styles. And yeah, a little bit of a celebration of looking back at those early videos. So what I'm going to do is I've mixed up sap green and green gold, and I'm going to just, with the rigger brush, paint in, we'll do 2 stems I think. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I've got Imperial Purple woken up as well. But I'm still going to stick with this green because you get a lot of the green firstly in the little buds running up the stem. So I've got a 2/10 brush here, and what I'm going to do is I am going to paint little clusters of green of the little buds up the lavender stem. And I'll do a few to start off with, just letting them sort of dry on the page just a little bit, and then clean my brush off. I'm going to take a little bit of Imperial Purple and I'm going to drop that in. And it's funny, at the moment it looks quite murky, doesn't look very vibrant. It's all about building up layers, you see. So whilst I'm still here, I'm going to take a little bit more of that purple and just sort of create a few little lines to just sort of define those shapes just a little bit more. And we're going to be slowly building up our lavender like that. The next stage is to add the detail, and it honestly is simple as that. So I'm going to get a bit of sap green and a tiny bit of Payne's grey. I just want a really nice deep darker green, and I'm going to use that to first off just add a little sweep of darker colour beneath the little clusters of buds. But also, I don't know if you've noticed, lavender stems, not only are they sort of ridged and textured, they're actually square, which is something I only just noticed like yesterday. So I'm just adding a little bit of a line, a bit of a ridge down the stem with that dark green. Doesn't matter if it sort of dries out, it's just a nice way of creating that slight interest on the stem. And then I'm going to change my water over. I think it's really important we have fresh, clean water for this next bit. I'm going to pick up a bit of the purpley colour. You can dilute it down a bit. I'm going to add a tiny bit of pink. I want to get it really nice and dilute, because you'll notice there are some little blooms, little flowers on the petals, which I think is really sweet. So I'm going to take a size 2 brush, and now this is dry, you can only do this once this is dry. I'm going to add a few little clouds of petals, just here and there, coming out of the little buds. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of the Imperial Purple and just add it to the Payne's Grey, just to make that colour just a tiniest bit more purpley, and I'm going to add just a little bit of a scribble to just get these buds a little bit more defined. I'm not going to add too much. And then also, if you look closely, there are actually little dots at the top of lavender buds. I think what I like about revisiting tutorials is I'm sort of giving you lots of different options for styles of painting, because some of you, I mean, I highly recommend go and have a look on the flowers and foliage playlist, or just type lavender into the search on my channel and you'll be able to immediately find any tutorial that features a bit of lavender in the title, and you can then make the choice of what kind of style of watercolour lavender you'd like to paint. And finally, I'm just going to take a bit of Imperial Purple and Cobalt Blue Deep, mix that together into a nice wash, and I'm going to just add an extra dash of colour to these flowers. It brings me so much joy when I make a new discovery, and it just goes to show that I am constantly obsessed with watercolour and always trying to come up with new things. So there you go. That is your lavender quick fix this Friday. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.